All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are back on the Doug Siravo Show, which is brought to you by the Monkey Bar and Grill. Swing on by. We have a new guest on for Season 7. He's been here before, Jeffrey Burns. Jeffrey, how are you?
Hey, Doug, how you going? It's good. Thanks for having me back on.
Pretty good. It's been a while. I think this is your, fourth episode?
I believe so. Yeah, it has been a little while, hasn't it? Yeah, it's been a couple years, but definitely good to be back.
Yeah, we did a few at CSB on messnradio.com. Then we did one during COVID, the pandemic. That was in the kitchen.
Yep.
And then we did one in the studio. Now we're doing one in the brand new studio.
Yeah, it's a very nice studio you got here. I love the posters. And got Marty Brodeur up there. Looks good.
Yeah, the GOAT.
Got that, definitely the GOAT.
The greatest of all time.
Definitely.
Sorry, Jimmy. So let's get started with the disaster of the New York Mets. Jorge Lopez. Now, a lot of people are saying that he said that he's been on the worst team. But if you listen closely, he says he was the worst teammate. He never said team. But SNY and the media, they are making it seem like he said the worst team.
So did see the incident yesterday with Jorge Lopez. I mean, it feels like the morale, especially leading from Lopez to the Mets, the morale of this whole team is just down. I mean, what are they, like 12 games under 500 now, or 11 games under?
I think they're like 22-34.
Yeah, so they just got swept by the Dodgers, and right now it seems like everybody is underperforming. And with Jorge Lopez, I mean, getting ejected from the game, kicking his mitt into the crowd, which I don't think I've ever seen before of any player do.
I haven't seen it. In my years of watching baseball, covering it, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I mean, that just shows it's rock bottom right now for the Mets. I mean,
yeah,
we don't know what direction they're going to go in the future. That they need to start playing better and start winning games. I mean, Edwin Diaz, their top closer, not only has he been underperforming this year, but he's now hurt on the IL. I think it's like a shoulder injury, they said yesterday.
Something like that.
During the game yesterday, Pete Alonso got hit in the hand, and it looked like he immediately came out of the game.
Yeah, first inning.
Didn't even jog to first base, went immediately to the dugout and out of sight. So that immediately screams a bad sign. So right now, it's the whole morale is just down, and it really just led up. The whole climax was up to Jorge Lopez. And I know his comments yesterday, obviously, I think they have kind of been taken out of context.
Because if you listen to it closely, he said teammate.
Yeah. I mean, he did it did sound like he whispered a little bit, so that was maybe kind of a little hard to hear, but the whole situation with the Mets is just bad. I mean, how can you explain it? Is it, do some of the Mets players just not want to support or play for Carlos Mendoza, their manager?
They should have kept Buck.
I mean, they probably should. I mean, Buck hasn't won a World Series, but he's a damn good manager. I think he is. I mean, he's known for being a culture builder, known as a team builder. I mean, and the Mets
won 100 games first year with the Mets.
Exactly. They won 100 games. A lot of guys were outplaying a lot of guys were playing extremely well. Francisco Lindor had his best season, I believe, in 2022 with the New York Mets, and his time with the Mets.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, I mean, he has just gone downhill. I believe, was he about like 210 right now with the Mets?
Yeah.
I mean,
why
a lot of players underperforming. I mean, that's a great question. That's something that obviously Steve Cohen needs to answer. And for Steve Cohen,
same old Mets.
It sure feels like it.
It's the same old Mets. Nothing has changed under Steve Cohen.
No, I mean, this is a guy. Remember his opening press conference when he first bought the team? This is a guy that promised all the Mets fans, we're going to win a championship in 3 to 5 years. What are we on, year 5? Or close to that? So where's the World Series? Where's the parade down the Canyon of Heroes, Steve? I mean, you make all these big promises to Mets fans, and so far you've under-delivered. I mean, I know they had that great season in 2022, but they had while they did win 100 games, they blew the division late to the Atlanta Braves, And then they had an early exit from the playoffs, so the wild card round against the Padres. Since then, everything's just gone downhill. I mean, I know they signed Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander last year.
Traded.
And, yeah, both gone. Both underperformed in New York. I mean, Jeff McNeil, he won a batting title in 2022, but since then, the guy has looked like a minor league player. I mean, he signs a big contract with the Mets, and all of a sudden, he stops playing. I feel like we've seen that way too many times with other players, other teams in various sports, but I mean, Jeff McNeil's been playing bad. Lindor's underperforming. Pete Alonso, I know he got hurt yesterday. We don't know exactly how long he could be out for, but even he's underperforming too. And this is a guy that's heading into his free agent year. I mean, his agent Scott Boras is trying to get him $300 million, but does he look like a $300 million player right now?
No.
I wouldn't pay him $300 million.
Transitional year.
Exactly. Yeah, transitional year. Pretty bad year to have a transitional year for him, at least. But yeah, I mean, just the whole vibe of this team right now is just way down, and it really feels like obviously the trade deadline is going to be coming up in August, early August, and
August 1st.
August 1st. Thank you. But there's going to have to be some pretty tough conversations, I think, with this Mets team if they don't get it turned around. Obviously, they still got time. They could obviously get on a hot run right in not too distant future.
I mean, they're only 3 games out of the wild card.
They are. I mean, the National League right now is not particularly the strongest right now. But, so yeah, they're still technically in the wild card hunt. But if they keep playing like this...
I say fire Carlos. Why not?
I mean, obviously, yeah. Like I said, they could definitely get this thing turned around.
It's never too late.
Never
too early.
Exactly, yeah. So, but remember, the great Yogi Berra once said, it's getting late early. And, we're not even in the month of June yet. But for the Mets, it feels like it's getting late pretty early. So they got to get this thing figured out. I mean, I think players, I read yesterday that they're going to have like a players only meeting. So I don't know what's that going to do. Maybe all the guys will let out their grievances or stuff like that. Maybe get some things off their chests. Will it help the team? Who knows? But right now,
don't forget the Washington Nationals were 19-31 and won the World Series in 2019.
That's true. Like I said, so listen, they could still definitely get this thing turned around, but it's got to start like today, because right now, like, let's be real, the whole baseball and the whole sports universe right now is looking at the Mets and frowning upon them, because especially with the whole Jorge Lopez incident yesterday. But if they're gonna get this thing turned around, it has to start today. Like, they need to have this players only meeting.
4 games set against the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, so listen, and the Diamondbacks, I know they just made it to the World Series last year, but they're not exactly having the best season so far, too. So if they're going to get it turned around, it needs to start today. And if they can go on a little run here, maybe calm the waters down, maybe they can just calm the waters down if they start winning some games. But the morale right now is at an all-time low for the Mets.
And the Yankees have been struggling, too, so.
Oh, yeah, they struggled. Good win last night.
Against a bad team.
Well, yeah, the Angels are a bad team.
You can't say that's a good win for the Yankees against a bad team.
Well, listen, you can only play who you're going to play on the calendar,
But
I mean, they are, like 17 games above 500 in first place over the Baltimore Orioles. Right now, it's going to be, it looks like a 2-horse race for the AL East between the Yankees and Orioles. Now, I do have my concerns with the Yankees, particularly with the first. I know Clay Holmes has started off the season really, really well, but he has been struggling the last few games he's appeared in. Even last night he almost blew one to the Angels, but oh man, had a what are we clapping for? I mean, but look, I do think they're going to need some bullpen help, but Clay Holmes is a concern for me. Anthony Rizzo is another concern too.
I got you that order.
I know. Anthony Rizzo is a concern for me too, because his defense has taken a big step back. I don't know if necessarily he's like declining. I don't think he's declining because he is like 35.
Holmes?
No, Anthony Rizzo.
Oh yeah, he's on the
I think you can start to see the declining a little bit. He is in a batting slump right now.
Of his career for sure.
I mean, this year, but here's the thing. Right now, the Yankees offense, I'm not particularly worried about right now. I mean, listen, Juan Soto was doing his thing. He's been playing really, really well. Aaron Judge got off to that slow start, but he's really turned it around. He's batting much, much better lately. Anthony Volpe is on a 21-game hit streak, so he's doing pretty well. So right now, don't have my concerns yet with the offense. Well, I'm going to wait till they all go into a big slump. Be like, oh, wait, what's going on here? But
yeah, and that's when Yankee fans are like, oh, it's
Yeah.
rigged against us. We're supposed to win it all this year. Ah.
believe me, Doug, there are Yankee fans I cannot stand. Believe me, me and Yankee fans don't have a great relationship
Good.
because a lot of them I cannot stand. A lot of their opinions are way out there. But look, you can't deny the fact right now their team is playing well. They're playing well. They're
teams. They're playing bad teams. You can't say they're playing well when they're playing teams like the Angels, the Blue Jays who have been struggling, the Red Sox who have been struggling.
Well, they haven't played the Red Sox yet.
Don't matter. You can't say, oh, they're dominant when they're playing
Well,
bad
I'm not
teams.
saying they're dominant. I'm saying, listen, they're playing the teams that they're playing right now, what's on their schedule, and they're winning. Now, the one time they did face the Orioles this year, they did lose 3 out of 4 in Baltimore. So, and they got thoroughly outpitched and outhit. So the Orioles worry me because they got a really good team down in Baltimore, especially Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, who I think is going to be in the MVP conversation come when the end of the year. But the Orioles right now, they're definitely a team that's going to be it's on the rise. They got a really good farm system too.
All right, so here, this is the Yankees' record. They're 12-8 against teams over 500.
Okay. I believe it's some of the best in major leagues.
So the Yankees have had an easy schedule.
Yeah, listen, the month of June is going to get a lot tougher for them because they got the Dodgers, they got the Braves,
and then that's when reality sinks in for Yankees.
That's when the reality sinks in. What's the reality, Doug?
They're pretenders. They're not contenders.
Oh, they're pretenders. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not this big threat to the Orioles. They're not this big threat to the Rays.
The Rays, who are like, 5 games under 500?
It's not how you start. It's how you finish.
How you finish. Okay.
It's how you finish.
Yankees that, okay. They took a couple games from the Rays down in the Trop. Pitched pretty good.
It's how you finish. See you in October.
See you in October? Okay. Listen, all I know is this.
I'll see you in October.
Is it? Right around Memorial Day is typically when we start separating the good teams from the bad teams. At least that's my philosophy. But right now, listen, you can't deny it. The Orioles, the Yankees, the Guardians have been playing well. The Kansas City Royals have been a major surprise this year. They've been looking really good. Like Seth Lugo is actually leading their rotation right now. How crazy is that?
Yeah.
But the Royals actually been looking pretty good.
Phillies.
I mean, the AL West right now, I mean, the Seattle Mariners have been looking pretty good. Yankees, they split against the Mariners last week, so had that going for them. I know that the Houston Astros, I believe, are 5 games under 500 right now, which is pretty surprising, but I think they're going to be contenders again.
They're 8.
Come to summer and the fall.
8 games out.
8 games out?
8 games under 500. 24 and 32. 24 and 32.
The Astros?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they were, I think, 15 games under 500 about a few weeks ago, so they've kind of turned it around, but still, they're not living up to their expectations so far. But I do believe they can turn it around before the come playoff time. So we'll see with them.
Yeah, I think they'll be back.
I think so too. Yeah, I that team is way too talented to be where they are right now.
Mm-hmm.
I just think a lot of things have gone against them, particularly injury-wise.
Again, if you're just joining us, this is Dougie and Burns, Dougie and Jeff, whatever name you want to give our show. We do one episode every 3 years or so. So
we'll try to change that.
Jeffrey Burns is back. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, Sheldon Keefe is in Newark, New Jersey. We'll be right back. Did you not say Joe Burrow?
I said Washington.
You said Burrow.
No.
Well, what about Tampa? Oh, never mind.
With piano, I actually played piano from 3rd to 6th grade.
Best one I did was when I did the whiskey glasses and the.
Look at you in the mirror and see what you look like.
I'm not the president.
Lamar didn't really get started until the second season.
I'm gonna say this.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
You gotta feel a win
go
somehow, some way.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back on the Doug Siravo Show, which is brought to you by the Monkey Bar and Grill. Swing on by. All right, Jeffrey Burns, what are we thinking about our new head coach, Sheldon Keefe?
So, first impressions, I do like it. I like it for a couple of reasons. A, he's a young head coach. I particularly want somebody that's like young and maybe can relate to the players a lot. Sheldon, I think, can bring that. I know his track record. He spent 5 years in Toronto. But all of his teams have did well in the regular season and then just basically flamed out in the postseason. I think he only got past the first round once.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. So I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, well, he doesn't get past the second round. He chose to choke artists in the playoffs." But my retort to that is, he gets to the playoffs.
Yeah, and he wins like 50 games every year.
He wins like 50 games every year. He gets to the playoffs, which for the Devils,
that's a huge
I
accomplishment.
mean,
To get
I
to
would
the
love to get to
playoffs.
the playoffs.
Get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Listen, because the Devils have made
That's
the
all I want.
playoffs only twice since their last cup run in 2012. So that's 12 years now. So the
Happy
quick
anni-
exit against Tampa in 2018.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, is that today?
No, 12 years on last Saturday, May 25th.
Okay. Yeah, but yeah, the 2018 was the quick exit against Tampa,
Yep.
and then obviously 2 years ago now with the second round exit against Carolina. That's it. That's their only playoff appearances since their last cup run in 2012. So at least we have a head coach that can get to the playoffs every
Gets
year.
there.
And we all know if once just gets to the playoffs, you have a chance. That's
Unless-
all. That's all we need is if you get to the playoffs, we have a chance.
Unless
And-
you're your brother.
Yeah, well, listen, the Rangers are a different story, but I mean, look, here's about Sheldon Keefe. The thing is that I think he's gonna challenge the young players,
I
particularly
think so.
to Jack Hughes.
He's going to hold them accountable.
Yes, he's gonna hold him accountable. He's gonna hold Jesper Bratt accountable. Nico Heischer as well. Timo Meyer, I think Timo Meyer is gonna play a lot better under Sheldon Keefe.
I think so, too.
Because remember last year under Lindy Ruff, it felt like he was in a doghouse for a long time under Lindy Ruff. Why? I don't know. And then coincidentally, when he got fired, Timo Meyer rattles off maybe the best month of his career under Travis Green. I mean, like, you can't make it up. But either way, look, I do like the hire of Sheldon Keefe. I'll admit he wasn't initially at the top of my list because obviously he was still employed on Toronto at the time.
I was hoping to get Craig Berube.
Okay, yeah, he was one of my contenders.
Yeah, he's won a cup, so
Yeah, so
I was
obviously
hoping
you
we
would
got
love to have
Craig.
the cup experience or a guy who's won it before. To be honest, here is my top guy. It was a guy that was not fired and is still not fired. That was a guy I was hoping that was going to get fired and maybe he could come right to us. That guy was Mike Sullivan.
a lot of Devil fans I knew wanted him.
Well, here's the thing. Here's why I wanted Sullivan. It was because he's won a couple of Stanley Cups, so that was a big plus for me. Obviously, he gets to the playoffs every year. I know the last 2 years haven't gone well in Pittsburgh.
Well, they're rebuilding. They're going to be.
Yeah, they're rebuilding it.
They'll move on from Crosby and Malkin,
Yeah,
maybe.
and that's honestly, I think that late push that Pittsburgh made towards the end of the season, I think that saved Mike Sullivan.
Yeah, that saves his
Because
job.
I think he was going to be on his way out the door, but then they made that late push, and I think they just missed the playoffs by 2 points or something along those
something
lines.
like that.
Yeah.
Flyers missed the playoffs, and I love that.
Yeah, yeah. Flyers miss the playoffs feel like every year now, but yeah. So I think that saved Sullivan, and ultimately that what kept the Devils from pursuing him. But no, I do like the Sheldon Keefe hire, and I think he's going to hold players accountable. I think he's going to have aggressive pushes with the front lines. Overall, I think the morale of the team right now is going to kick up from this. Now we have to see ultimately what's going to come out with the goalie situation because I cannot go into this season coming up with Jake Allen,
Oh, we are.
Kier Schmid, and Nico Dawes. If we go into with those three goaltenders, I just don't see how we can even contend.
No, we are. I guarantee.
You don't think that they can trade for a goaltender?
I don't see him making a big splash. I really don't.
Well, I think that's a mistake. I think they do need to make a big splash. Personally, they should have made a big splash last offseason. I thought the opportunity was there to trade for a guy like Connor Hallebuck, but they never pulled the trigger.
Yeah, well, they extended him.
They did, but
So, that was
before
out the
they extended him, there were reports out there the Devils were talking to Winnipeg for possibly trading for him, but obviously that never came to fruition. I thought that
happened.
I thought that was a big missed opportunity for the Devils, but I think they need to go maybe try again for Jacob Markstrom from Calgary. I mean, maybe see if he's available again. Ullmark from Boston. I think he could be a starter in this league. He's a pretty good goaltender. Devils maybe could go out and try to trade for him. I mean, personally, I think the wild card. You're probably not. This is way out there. This is just me. Do the Devils even attempt to call our old buddy Lou out on Long Island and say, "Hey, what's the price tag for Ilya Sorokin?"
No, you know who I want?
Yeah, who do you want?
Igor Shesterkin.
Yes. I would love
He's
it.
good.
Dude, he's so good.
This series would be over without him.
Oh, I agree. I think this series would be over, but Igor is, I think, the best goaltender in the NHL right now. I think he has surpassed what the hell is that? Vasilevsky over in Tampa. I think he has surpassed him. But
I disagree with you on that.
disagree. Okay, well,
I think
they're about. I think they're about.
Sergei
Even.
Bobrovsky is better.
Bobrovsky. Well, Bobrovsky had a terrible game too, though. You gotta admit that he was not good in game 2.
All right, so we are going to wrap up, and we're going to play a game. We're going to wrap up the hockey talk called Immaculate Grid. I'm going to test your knowledge
Okay.
and see what you got. All right, let's see. We're still going to be on the hockey conversation, but we're going to play Immaculate Grid. So, and I'm going to have you guess. It's a grid, and you have to guess. So the top of your grid is the Blackhawks, the Stars, born outside U.S. 50 states, and D.C. The left of your grid is the Flames, Vegas, and Capitals. So you have to guess who played for Calgary and Chicago, Calgary and Dallas.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm gonna start with Vegas and Chicago, just so you see how it works.
Okay.
Marc-Andre Fleury played for both teams.
That's right. He's in Minnesota now, right?
Yeah, he's in Minnesota.
Okay.
So that's how the game works. All right, so I got the first one out of the way. We got 8 guesses left. If you get it wrong, then you're down to 7, then 6, then 5. All right, Jeffrey, let's see what you got.
Okay, so can you name the 2 teams again? The first one?
All right, we'll go with Blackhawks and Calgary.
Okay. Do I get any hints?
Take a wild guess.
Uh,
I'm going with one, but I don't know if he played there.
let's see. I'm trying to think. No, it's not. No, it's not him. I was gonna say Patrick Kane, but I'm like, no, he never played in Canada.
Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary. Yeah. My hockey player knowledge isn't exactly like a subpar compared to some others, but
Yeah.
I don't know, Patrick Kane.
Nah, come on. You know he didn't play there.
I know. I'm trying to think, man. Tyler Toffoli.
Did he play for Chicago? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he played for Calgary.
Let's see. All right. I'm thinking of one, but I'm not sure if it's correct.
Oh, it's there. Who is it?
Nikita Zadorov. He's in Vancouver now. I think he played for Chicago. He did play for Chicago.
Okay.
All right. Dallas and Calgary.
Dallas and Calgary.
Dallas and Vegas. Did Donatov, Evgeny, I think he played there. I don't know. Let's see. I think he played for Vegas. All right, good.
Got it?
Yeah, Evgeny Donatov.
Okay.
Born outside U.S. 50 states and D.C. and played for Vegas.
That narrows it down. Born outside the United States.
And played for Vegas.
Played for Vegas.
Oh. You could go with Alex Pietrangelo. He's Canadian.
You know what? That might be it. That could be it.
All right. Calgary and Dallas. Born outside U.S. 50 states and D.C., Calgary. What about with Jacob Markstrom? I think he's like finished.
I think
Finished.
actually that might be Markstrom.
All right, we got that. We got
Yeah.
4 more, and we got 4 spots. Washington and Chicago. Well, born outside, you could go with Ovi, obviously.
Yeah, that's OP.
The Russian Rocket.
Yeah.
Who played for Dallas? I don't know. We're going to give up because I can't tell.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
All right. So Dallas and Calgary, Joe Nieuwendyk. Dallas and Washington, Braden Holtby. Chicago and Washington, Dylan Strome. I knew those, but for some reason I didn't guess it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. We should have more Dougie's Political Hour episodes coming soon. May have a few guests on here and there. We will be right back.
But to go and react from a fiscal standpoint and from a civil rights standpoint to close everything, I find it hard to get behind.
Democrats. Thanks to Democrats. Thanks to the Democrats, by the way.
Nancy Pelosi should not be 84 years old and still be sitting as the House Speaker. Like an idiot.
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Actually, can get in there and do things, like Donald Trump Jr.
Puerto Rican. You're Latino.
I'm an American.
I would like Ivanka to run.
Yeah, or Tulsi Gabbard. She's
Third string is in the preseason. I mean, come on, you got to
need Stamkos. I think still people question that.
That's
no shit, Andrew, but that's not how you win cups.
Tampa Bay Rays are going to win the World Series. You can mark it down.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done.
Jimmy's
Life has its ironies, that are like.
No, Jimmy's the idiot.
Getting laid off due to lack of work, but there is no.
So that's all that matters.
That's how.
Wait, that's interesting. Yankees Dodgers. Thanks, Hector.
Jersey burger and a cowboy bacon burger.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Doug Siravo Show, which is brought to you by the Monkey Bar and Grill. Swing on by. We got Jeff. We got myself, Dougie. So let's talk some NBA playoffs. It's looking like Kyrie versus Boston in the NBA Finals, but do not be surprised if the Minnesota Timberwolves comes back and makes history and win that series. I doubt it, but you never know. So, are you going to be the fan that makes... I know you're not a Celtics fan, but are you going to be the fan, the analyst that makes that excuse that the Boston Celtics had an easy road to the finals when they're the best team in basketball all season long? Because I feel like everyone's, easy road. No, don't go there with that nonsense. They were 64-18. They're the best team in basketball.
I do agree with that. Listen, they're without question the best team in basketball. I mean, they have a great defense. They got great three-point shooters. Jaylen Brown has taken his game to another level this year, and he's been, I think, without question, their best player in the playoffs. Jason Tatum has started to get better. He's got off to a low, slow start in the playoffs, but he's starting to come around too. But here's the thing about the Celtics is, I mean, both things can be a little true. Yes, they're the best team, and they did have a kind of an easy road to the finals, but they got there. They deserve to be there. No questions asked. I mean, right now, this Celtics team, the thing about them this year is if they don't win it this year, then when are they going to win it? Because I think this is by far their best team they've had in a very, very long time. I mean, obviously, I know Kristaps Porzingis hasn't played in a couple weeks, but when he does play, he's a huge difference maker in the rebounding, and for his defense. But so whether it is Dallas or whether it's Minnesota, I think it's going to be Dallas. They have to win these finals. I think there's no question. I think, in my opinion, that they are the better, superior team to either Dallas or Minnesota. I know Kyrie Irving is having an amazing playoff so far, but I think the defense ultimately is going to catch up to Dallas. As for Boston, though, like Joe Mazzulla, their head coach, I'm not a big fan of him. I don't know why. For some reason, he just kind of gives off weird vibes. Like, I like Brad Stevens for them, but obviously I think he's not their general manager, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's building this team.
Yeah, he's been building.
He brought in depth.
He did bring in depth, and that's another thing too. That's another big reason why they won 64 regular season games. They have maybe the best depth of any team in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Peyton Pritchard, who's a great three-point shooter. Derek White, another great three-point shooter, and a really good defensive player. I mean, they bring in these guys that for the depth to some kind of take off the load a little bit from Tatum and Brown, and they're doing really well. But that's the thing. I thought Boston was always been the best team this year. They were my pick to win the NBA Finals, like even to start the season. I think they were really that good, but I didn't think they were gonna go 64-18. But there they are. But obviously the NBA Finals, I could see. I think Dallas will ultimately win that Western Conference. And
I think so too. I think it's over, but you never know.
Yeah, you never know. I mean,
you don't know what could happen.
Like stranger things have happened. I mean, just look at last year. I know Miami got to the finals, but they blew a 3-0 lead to Boston. But they won Game 7.
Yeah.
So stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened.
But I think Dallas will win that series. I think the combination of Luka and Kyrie is just. I think it's just way too much for Minnesota. Minnesota is a young team led by Anthony Edwards, who I think is becoming a star right before our eyes. I don't think too many people knew exactly who he was, but
we know now.
Oh, they know now.
We know now.
He's a very, very good player, and he's going to be the face of that franchise for a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Very long time. Biggest thing about Minnesota is right now their defense has been really bad this series, particularly Rudy Gobert. I can't believe this guy won Defensive Player of the Year. He certainly hasn't looked like it in this series.
That was political.
Yeah.
No, it was. They didn't want to give Wemby another award.
I know, yeah.
Just like they didn't want to have Nikola Jokic win 3 straight MVPs.
Makes sense. I know. Yeah. First of all, before we get back to that, but like, how about Wemby, man? That guy looks like a.
Yeah, he's good.
He's
good.
good.
I thought he was going to be a bust. Honestly, I thought Wemby was going to be a bust.
It kind of started slow, but as the season gradually went on, he just got better and better. And this guy is a superstar in the making. Now they got to put some players around him down in San Antonio, but he's the goods. He's going to be a really good player for a long, long time. But anyway, back to Rudy Gobert. His defense, particularly
he's been
against Kyrie. And Luka for that matter, because they switched off. But it's been bad. His rebounding hasn't been there. Even Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, he hasn't particularly played well in this series either. So they did. If they want to win this series and obviously make history, coming back 3-0, so many things have to go their way.
Yeah,
they have to improve dramatically on the boards. I believe game 6 is tonight, right?
I think so.
Yeah, game 6 is tonight.
And then you got the Ranger game tonight too. So,
or no, game 5. I'm sorry, game 5. Or was it game 5 or game 6?
5.
Game 5. Okay, my apologies. But so if basically they got to play better. Simple enough. But I just don't see it. I think Dallas will win tonight, close it out.
I think so too.
And it should be a good series between Boston and Dallas.
Yeah, it should be. I can't wait.
That should
First
be
finals in a while that I'm excited to watch.
Yeah.
I didn't care about last year's really Denver.
Yeah, Denver Miami. That was a boring finals. I barely watched it. I knew Denver was going to win
because this one has a lot of headlines with Kyrie, Boston,
Kyrie
Luka.
back to Boston, Luka trying to get his first championship. I mean, get Boston finally close it out, win a championship with this core.
Yeah.
So there are definitely
a long
a lot.
time. 2008.
Yeah, 2008. Yeah, a lot of intriguing storylines. If that ultimately turns out to be the finals.
So we are going to stick to basketball, but we're going to get political.
Okay.
So, and we've talked about this on my other show. So people are going to be like, "Oh, here comes politics," but we're going to get political with this because I truly believe this is political. So, do you believe that the only reason why Bronny James is in the draft and Bronny James is being this hyped up and this talked about is not because of his talent? I don't think he's really that talented. It's because his father is LeBron James. No one would care if it was Bronny Siravo. No one would care if it was Bronny Burns. This guy averaged 4.5 points in college. So to me, that's shitty numbers. The only reason why people care is because it is Bronny James. Do you agree with that statement that the only reason why Bronny James is being looked at as an NBA prospect is because of who his dad is?
I think it's a combination of yes, it's his dad. His last name is James. And I think it's a combination of, I think he's trying to take advantage of the fact that this may be one of, if not the worst draft classes in NBA history. I think he sees an opportunity where he could, if he does work well with the workouts with the other teams and in the combine, he could be a potential first-round pick, even though I don't think he should be at all. I think he's making a mistake coming out for this draft. He should go back to college, get a full year under his belt, because remember he had that incident last year that went to cardiac arrest, and he lost significant playing time. It's good that he's okay. He was cleared by the doctors to continue his playing career, but I think he would have benefited from going back to college, getting a full season under his belt, trying to get his draft stock back up. And the thing that worries me about him is that he's going to try maybe to use his name to, get some endorsements against all this stuff. I mean,
that's all it is.
And if I remember correctly, I've read that he had workouts, was supposed to have 10 workouts for 10 different teams, but he himself cut it down to 2 teams, the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers. Those are the only 2 teams that he's working out for.
All it is his dad is one of the best of all time, maybe the best. Some are going to disagree.
Yeah.
But that's all it is. It's all because of the fact that his dad is LeBron.
Yeah, I
don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
I don't think he should be playing in the NBA. If anything, he'll be in the G League. But it's because of his dad. Bronny. It's because of LeBron.
I mean, I think he needs more time.
It's because of his dad being in the NBA.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
That's the only reason why people care.
LeBron James has said in the past that he would love to play with his son one day or be in close proximity to his son. And the hype for Bronny James was unreal going into college. And then obviously he had his incident, and it really was a big setback for him. And he didn't particularly play well in college at all. He only averaged 4 points, right, per game?
I don't think he's that good. That's 4 points a game. Come on.
I mean, if I'm putting, this is just me, obviously. I'm never going to be the athletic kind of person that Bronny or LeBron James is. But if I'm an athlete that was like top tier that everybody considers, hey, I could be like the first pick in the NBA draft or something, and I'm averaging 4 points a game, listen, I would love to go to the NBA, get all the endorsement deals, but personally,
I get the fact, you need talent.
Yeah.
All right, let's look at Steph Curry and Seth Curry. Seth Curry's not that great.
Yeah. He's a good 3-point shooter, but overall, he's
not Steph Curry.
Yeah, he's not Steph Curry, no.
They had a dad that played in the NBA. He played for Toronto. I believe he played for Charlotte. Del Curry.
Yes.
But Del Curry is not LeBron James.
No, he's not.
He wasn't that good. Steph Curry made a name for himself. Steph Curry made a name for himself at Davidson.
Exactly. I think a lot of people forget that, too. Yeah. He was an amazing college basketball player.
They didn't look at Steph Curry because of who his dad is.
Yeah.
Everyone's looking at Bronny James because his dad is LeBron James.
Yeah.
That's what people don't seem to understand. Like, oh, well, Steph Curry's dad played in the NBA. He wasn't that good.
Yeah, he wasn't that good. I mean,
he wasn't that good.
Steph Curry is maybe the greatest 3-point shooter we've ever seen, or at least he's definitely up there.
I could disagree with you on that.
I'd probably put him top 5.
I'd go at Reggie Miller. I'd go at Ray Allen. Steph Curry would be a number 3 for me.
Yeah, that's a top 5. Is that fair?
Top 5, yeah.
Okay,
but I wouldn't say he's the greatest.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest. We'll leave it at that. But as far as Bronny James, listen, like I said before, if I was in his situation, this is just me, I probably would have gone back to college, at least for one more year, to try and get my game back up. Try to maybe work on my jump shot or do whatever I need to do. And if I go out there and I'm average, let's see, I have a good year, I average maybe 16, 17 points a game, his draft stock going to go up immediately. And he'll definitely be like a top 10, maybe even top 5 pick, depending on how the draft shakes out next year.
Either way, he's not going to have.
It's
all because of his dad.
Yeah.
People hate when I say that. Jonathan Ramirez hates when I say that. I'm sure we'll get into that argument later today when we do our show around 3:30.
Yeah.
Come on. It's because of the dad, LeBron James.
And keep this in mind, too. There have been teams, and there have been rumors that there have been teams that specifically want to draft Bronny James
to get LeBron.
Because LeBron James I think he's going to opt out of his contract this offseason. And
yeah, he's going to test the waters again.
I think
he's a free agent.
I think ultimately he'll re-sign with the Lakers, but I think
he's going to go back to Cleveland.
You never know. I mean, but that's the thing. You never know. Here's the thing. What if Cleveland drafts Bronny James?
Which he's not going to play.
Yeah.
He ain't playing, I tell you that much.
But, I mean, what is this thing? What if they draft Bronny James and all of a sudden LeBron James comes back to town? I mean, how would you feel about that?
Yeah, but he would retire with Cleveland and win a ring.
I mean, yeah, he won a ring. He retires in Cleveland.
I could see him going to San Antonio and building something there, playing with the best coach ever in Greg Popovich, and seeing what you could do at Wemby.
I mean, that's a possibility too.
Let's have a start in Wemby. Now, if you could get LeBron and have them learn from LeBron for a few years and become contenders again. Come on, I'd do that.
That's something that could be considered too, definitely. But yeah, I think it's the bad move for him to come out for the NBA draft. I mean,
I think it's political. I think it's because my dad is LeBron, and I'm gonna go on that.
I think a lot of it has to do with his dad being LeBron James. I mean, obviously, listen, he goes to the NBA. I wish him well. I hope he has a great career. But I mean, I hopefully some of these coaches can work on him. But I didn't particularly like what I saw in college from him.
It's not going to happen. He's not that good. So we are going to take a quick commercial break, and then we have much more to get to. Again, we got Jeffrey Burns on. Dougie and the Boys returns later, 3:30 p.m., and we'll see you guys later on. We'll be right back. Did you not say Joe Burrow?
I said Washington.
Burrow.
No.
Well, what about Tampa? Oh, never mind.
With piano, I actually played piano from 3rd to 6th grade.
Best one I did was when I did the whiskey glasses and the.
Look at you in the mirror and see what you look like.
I'm not the president.
Lamar didn't really get started until the second season.
I'm gonna say this.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
You gotta feel a win somehow, some way.
Whatever. Get customers involved.
Wednesday night bar talk.
Wednesday night bar talk.
James Harden.
No, Jimmy's the idiot. With hot takes.
Jimmy's
If I say hot takes,
He assists a game, no matter how many games.
36 games.
And
the All-Star break, and now a little bit now they're playing really good.
Hold on. Who's got the leverage tonight? Now, 5-2. Leverage is all you. I got the leverage.
MVP quarterback. And then the other quarterback we have is Derek Carr.
Everything happens to me. Zach Wilson getting hurt happens to me. Not getting let into Bar A happens to me. Going to the hospital after the Jets beat the Titans happened to me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back on the Doug Siravo Show, which is brought to you by the Monkey Bar and Grill. Swing on by. We got Jeffrey Burns on today, otherwise known as. You remember your nickname?
I don't know. Do I remember a nickname? I don't know.
Smart Jeff.
That's it. There you go. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Remember our Twitter battles we used to have?
Yeah, we did. I mean, I haven't really been on Twitter in a while. I mean, just a lot going on, but I do remember those though. Yeah,
those were fun.
Yeah,
I tweeted at you like I was Donald Trump with the tweet. I'd be like, Smart Jeff.
Yeah, well, I appreciate being Smart Jeff and not like some other name, but
Did I give you other nicknames?
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the Smart though. I do appreciate that.
Did I call you like Crazy or Lion Jeff one time?
I think you did call me Lion. I think it was Lion Jeff one time.
Yeah, it was Lion Jeff at first.
Lion Jeff.
Oh, because you said what did you say? The Yankees were going to get like Mike Moustakas or something?
No. All right. I didn't say like
was that.
I did say was that there were rumors that the Yankees were looking into Mike Moustakas. I said that. I didn't say they were going to definitively get him. I did say there were rumors they would get him. No, that was like 6 years ago now.
Yeah, we're in.
Mike Moustakas even still playing?
I'll look it up.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even know. I'm being so honest. I don't even know.
Trying to see if I can find a tweet.
Well, that's a blast past Mike Moustakas.
Yeah, well, we're in election year.
Yeah,
that's a long time ago.
That's a long time ago.
Trying to see if I can find it.
I know he played with I think it was on the Brewers. I think it was on the Angels, like not too long ago. Or something. I'm not technically sure though.
Yeah.
I could be wrong though. I mean, you never know.
Trying to figure if I have tweets of you.
Oh, you tweets me now? Oh god.
I'm trying to think if I could search it. I think. Can you? Yeah, I said something. Can you believe? I said something like, "Can you believe that Jeffrey Burns, otherwise known as Lion Jeff, said that the New York Yankees were going to get Mike Moustakas? How sad." That was a Donald Trump tweet, and I turned it into a Jeffrey tweet.
Oh god.
And you know what's funny? Every time I talk to Madison Miller, it's like I did a podcast with Smart Jeff, so that nickname is, I guess, the official nickname.
I guess it is now. Yeah, but
Smart Jeff.
Listen, I'm wrong with that. No, I appreciate Smart Jeff. At least people acknowledge it could be a smart guy, so I appreciate
Smart
that.
Jeff.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, let's get into football real quick because during the commercial break, you were like, "Is Zach Wilson still playing?" He is in Denver.
Yeah, he's in Denver, but they just drafted Bo Nix.
Yeah, so who's going to be their starter in Denver? Is it going to be Zach or is it going to be Bo? Let's hear from Smart Jeff.
For thoughts and prayers to the Broncos. That's what I'll say. First of all, gosh, I mean, Bo Nix or Zach Wilson? If the answer is Zach Wilson, and they just drafted Bo Nix 12 overall, there's going to be people that are getting fired this offseason. That's for sure. Bo Nix, he did have a very good college career. I believe I think he has like the highest completion percentage ever for any quarterback in college. He just said last year, but I mean, the mock drafts and all the analysts going into the draft for like, Bo Nix is like a second round, third round grade. And here's the Broncos going up and taking him 12th overall. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't too particularly surprised. I think they kind of got worried because remember when the Atlanta Falcons took Michael Penix Jr. overall, 8th overall?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think anybody saw that one coming.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. I think a lot of people were thinking, they'll probably take like Rule Madunze, or they'll probably take one of these defensive linemen. But now Falcons go quarterback just a month after giving Kirk Cousins like $100 million guaranteed.
Uh-huh.
So what exactly is the play? Because listen, Michael Penix could be a good quarterback in the NFL. Nobody's denying that. But you just gave Kirk Cousins all this money, and what are they going to do? Like, are they going to sit Penix for 2 years and then turn the keys over to him when he's like 27, 28 years old? I mean,
something like that.
It's a bold strategy. I mean, the Falcons, I think they do have a good team. They got some good role players, but I don't particularly think that was like the smartest choice for them to take a quarterback at number 8 overall.
I wouldn't.
Now
I'd get a receiver for Kirk.
They could, yeah. Could have been Roma Dunze, or I think he would have fit perfectly for that team. But he said he goes to Chicago and he's catching passes from Caleb Williams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't find an old tweet. I got to sign in. I don't remember.
You're still looking for old tweets.
No, because I remember I put one. I was like, Lion Jeff. Lion Jeff.
You know, I'm telling you about the Atlanta Falcons quarterback situation. You're still looking for Lion Jeff.
Wait, do you have Twitter on your phone?
I do. Here, I could look for it. Probably.
Yeah, let me look for this. Because I know I did it. It was so fun. It's like Lion Jeff.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll look for it.
But yeah, Atlanta's a weird team.
They are a weird team because I feel like they're good enough to compete for that division, especially now with Kirk Cousins as the starting quarterback.
Yeah, that division's awful.
Yeah, so I mean,
it could go either way.
I mean, the Tampa Bay Bucks, I think, are still going to be good. I mean, they were a couple of plays away from going to the NFC Championship last year.
They were.
So, and Baker Mayfield had a career resurgence. My guy, Baker Mayfield.
Oh, remember that conversation? Do you remember that conversation?
I do remember that conversation. Yeah.
I was listening to that the other day.
It took 5 years, but I was finally right.
I was listening to that the other day.
But, he had a great year. I do worry because his offensive coordinator, Dave Canales, is now the head coach for Carolina. So
yeah,
there could be a possibility to take a step back.
I remember that conversation because I was like, Matt was like one of our callers who was on the air for 15 minutes. The producer never kicked him off. Was talking about how Baker Mayfield is like similar to Johnny Manziel.
Yeah. Oh,
and you're like, oh, geez. First of all, Johnny Manziel has problems, drug and alcohol problems.
Well, I bet he did.
No, he did, but I'm just saying they were the same type of quarterback, him and Baker Mayfield.
They were, yeah. I mean, they were, but I thought Baker Mayfield had a little bit more talent and had a little more of an edge to him.
Speaking of Matt Gizzy, whatever happened to Luke Falk?
Oh God, he's probably bagging groceries somewhere, like in his
Luke
hometown.
Falk. He wanted the Jets to get him.
Yeah,
You got him?
I'm still looking. I'm still looking.
No, you just have to search my name and type in Jeff.
Yeah. All right, here. Let's see. See if that helps.
Yeah, let's because come on, you gotta admit that was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
Lion Jeff.
Yeah. Smart Jeff.
Yeah, smart Jeff.
Yeah.
Smart Jeff.
But
All right, let's see what we
yeah,
got.
as far as the NFC South goes, the Falcons, I think, definitely could be a contention for that division with Kirk Cousins in the fold. I think Drake London, I think, is going to have, now that he has a quarterback with him, I think he's going to take a step forward. Kyle Pitts could take a step forward. Bijan Robinson is going to go into his second year. He had a great rookie season. So I definitely, the Falcons offense, I think, is going to be good. So it's just a matter of if they can keep Kirk Cousins upright. I know they have a really good offensive line too. But I think the Falcons could definitely contend for that division. Tampa Bay, they still got a good team. I know they're defending division champions, but I do worry, again, like I said, about Baker Mayfield maybe taking a step back because the offensive coordinator just went to Carolina. But, the Saints, the Saints, they have like the same team now for like the last 5-6 years because they have salary cap crunches.
All right, here we go.
And it's still good.
This is one of the tweets.
Well, all right, let's hear it.
Follow the great and highly respected Jeff Burns 96, otherwise known as Smart Jeff, for all your horse racing news and updates. Very smart and highly intelligent man and good friend. A great guy too.
Love it. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Appreciate it.
All right, and then you said something about J.A. Happ.
J.A. Happ.
Yeah.
Oh, good. He
You're like, you weren't going to get the Garm. You weren't going to get Bumgarner. So I said, this is why, in parentheses, no longer Lion Jeff.
No. Oh, fine. Okay. It took J Happ for the Lion Jeff to come off? Oh, my gosh.
This is why. No longer Lion Jeff. But Smart Jeff is the most respected and admired Yankees fan. I try to do a Trump impersonation.
You mean like this? Yeah, it was like this.
Because Jeffrey looks at facts when it comes to his team and not a bias thinking they will get every big league name pitcher. He doesn't act like this is a video game. I had fun on Twitter. Now I really don't focus on it as much.
Yeah, I'm not really much on Twitter anymore. Especially, I just started a new job recently, so I'm working late at nights, so not really much on Twitter as much as I used to anymore.
Smart Jeff has come a long way in his reporting. Parentheses, since his disaster with Mike Moustakas to New York. Understands sports unlike other fans like Crazy Leslie. All right, I got a final for Lion Jeff. Let's see. I know I called you that.
I know. I do remember. I do remember that. Just that was such a long time ago. I don't know how if they're there. Here, I can probably look for it.
This might be one of them.
Okay.
Here, you want to read this in Trump's voice?
I'll do my best.
That's one of them.
Lion Jeff, who I respect greatly, just tried to accuse me of being a Patriots fan, when in fact, I said that the Rams can end the dynasty after the Patriots won first versus the Rams. Never said I was rooting for Rams or Patriots today. I said Patriots need to look at facts at Jeff Burns.
Let me get the other one where I want you to do a Trump voice in the other one.
Okay.
The Smart Jeff one. Smart Jeff.
Yeah. Not my best. I've done better Trump voices.
All right. That was funny.
Yeah, I do my best every day.
That'd be good. Yeah, it was Mike Moustakas.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there were rumors I were going to get Mike Moustakas, but it never happened, and obviously that led to all this. So,
yeah, try that one. That's funny.
Let's see.
That's the one I read, but
okay. This is why no longer Lion Jeff. But Smart Jeff is the most respected, admired Yankees fan because Jeffrey looks at facts when it comes to his team and not a bias thinking they will get every big league name pitcher. He doesn't act like this is a video game.
Yeah, because every Yankee fan that year was like, we're gonna get DeGrom.
Yeah, what did it say?
We're gonna get Bumgarner. Yeah, what do you got? Let's see what I have over there.
Let's see. So this you tweeted this. I guess this must have been right around the time the Yankees did trade for J Happ, and I guess the Yankee fans were not very happy.
Yeah, because they
traded
wanted
for J-Happ.
DeGrom, they wanted Bumgarner.
Yeah, they wanted Bumgarner. I mean, by both those guys, I don't know where they even are anymore. You know, DeGrom had his second Tommy John surgery. Is he coming back this year?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, at least he got that World Series ring, even though he did almost nothing. But yeah, there you go. But yeah, so Smart Jeff today, tomorrow, and forever.
Yeah, you like it. You like being Smart Jeff.
Yeah, it's better than being Lion Jeff.
That was funny. But if you follow me on social media, you can tell I try to tweet a little bit like Trump used to do it, just to make people be like, is he actually serious? Or
yeah, I did notice that.
You noticed that?
I have noticed that, yeah. I was thinking, what is this guy doing? Like, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick commercial break, and then before we wrap up, we are going to look at some odds for who's going to win the Super Bowl next year.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Malibu at the diner part of the casino.
That they're gonna slip back a little bit. Ben,
Do you ever ask yourself the question as to
For this town, things that haven't been done before.
Feel like it's more than just Joe Biden though. Like it's just like people
Overpay for DeGrom, and I think this is a great way for us to gather.
I'll be looking for another job after this is over. I can tell you that.
Here with your name behind it, hoping that.
Why didn't Trump fire Fauci? He could have gotten rid of him.
There's a lot of things you can have checked out. So,
Talk whatever we want.
It's sports. Well, I'll tell you, no matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
Betting. It was named after you because you are probably known for losing a lot of bets, especially when it comes to the horse racing.
my lightning 5 picks. These are the ones I like. I mean, I love them. In my picks, you'll hear them later on.
Yeah.
That is my best bet.
You'll hear it in Stuff's betting.
Yes, that is my best bet.
Hi, Jeff. You said we got breaking news.
Yep, we got some breaking news. This is via Andy Martino of SNY. Obviously, first of all, if you remember yesterday, Pete Alonso got hit in the hand in the first inning, and he looked like he was in some significant pain, came out of the game immediately. Well, according to Andy Martino, his CT scan on his right hand was negative. There's no fracture, and it looks like it's just a bone bruise, but he is listed as day-to-day. So, for the Mets, that's probably the best thing that could have happened for them, because the way it looked like he was going to be out for a long time, possibly a month, maybe 2. But listed day to day, as long as he gets that swelling down, he could be back maybe a couple days, maybe a week or so if they want to give him a little time. So good news for the Mets.
All right, Jeffrey. So I want you to give me a safe bet and a risk bet for your Super Bowl winner. So it looks like the Niners are favorite at plus 550. Then you got the Chiefs at plus 600, Ravens plus 950, Bengals plus 1300, Lions plus 1300, Buffalo plus 1300, Philly plus 1400, Dallas plus 1500, Texans plus 1600, Packers plus 1900, Jets plus 2400, Dolphins plus 2400, Falcons plus 2400, Rams plus 3200. My best bet is the Rams.
Honestly, I was thinking that too.
I think they could win the Super Bowl this year.
Was it plus 3,200?
Plus 3,200.
Oh, I'm taking that all day.
I think I'm taking that.
I'm taking that.
I'm taking that.
Oh my gosh, wow,
That
that's
is-
like no respect for the Rams. I mean, I understand Aaron Donald just retired, and he's probably one of the greatest defensive players we've ever seen. But listen, they got some studs on offense. Now, Puka Nacua has emerged as one of the best wide receivers in the league. Matthew Stafford is still there. They got a good offensive line. Their defense has got some emerging young players too. Yeah, plus 3,200 for the Rams Super Bowl. Give me those odds every day.
I'm taking
absolutely. Absolutely, I'm taking those odds.
And then my risky bet would be the Houston Texans to win at plus 1,600, just because you don't know if they're going to be pretenders or contenders. They could have a great regular season, have home field advantage, and then lose one game when it counts. So that's my risky bet. I think Buffalo at plus 1,300 is a risk too, just because you don't know. Same thing too with the Bengals, plus 1,300. You can make this bet now, and Burrow may get injured again. You don't know. But for the Bengals to be the fourth favorite, that is kind of a risk.
That's a massive risk. I understand Joe Burrow. If Joe Burrow is 100% healthy throughout the season, they're going to be contenders because he's that good. But this guy, he's gotten hurt a lot in his career. But so that's definitely a risky bet. Honestly, a risky bet for me, I think, would be the Detroit Lions. And I'm saying that because they have a really good team. I love Dan Campbell. He's an amazing head coach. But I do worry about they have a young secondary. I mean, they're relying on a couple of rookies to be leading their secondary.
Yeah.
And obviously, I know their offense they got really good players on offense. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown just got paid. Jahmyr Gibbs is a really good running back. David Montgomery, too, is there. But, there's a lot of risk, I think, with the Detroit Lions. I do worry about their defense. They gave up a lot of points last year in the regular season and postseason. And, they got to get that fixed really quickly. So the defense, I think the most to be worried about the Lions. I think they're going to have a good regular season. They could win the NFC North again, but I think that's for me. That's the riskiest pick for me.
And honestly, if I'm gonna say F it and put money on this team to win the Super Bowl, just because why not? Why not take a chance to win money? I'm gonna go with plus 4,000 on the Browns.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, got to see if Deshaun Watson's healthy, though. He's got to stay healthy throughout the year. I mean, their defense it's a really good defense. Myles Garrett is going to be right up there again for Defensive Player of the Year. But that's the bet we're taking, I think.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know with all these things. I mean, the AFC North is going to be...
That's the risk.
Yeah, that's the risk. I mean, it's the AFC North. I mean, the Ravens are going to be good again.
Yeah.
The Bengals, if Joe Burrow's healthy, they're going to be good. The Steelers, I know their quarterback situation is a little fluid with Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. That's going to be a storyline to watch, though. Who's going to win that starting job?
Like, you got your safe bet, but you're like, let's bet the Chiefs. We have a good chance to win money. Yeah. But you gotta gamble and risk it and say, why not? Now, we encourage you to be responsible.
Oh, absolutely. You got to be responsible.
And
know your limits
among your means. Like me, I do $5, $10 bets. Why not?
Yeah.
If I feel confident, why not? Maybe I'll put like 20. You never know. Just because I feel so confident. Like, I felt like the Phillies could have won the World Series last year. I put money on them. And I did get a correct bet. I did in the first round. I did exact matchup. Texas Rangers over the Diamondbacks. And I won maybe $200.
Good stuff. Nice.
So you never know.
Yeah, you never know with all this stuff. But just go back to Pittsburgh really quick. I mean, their quarterback situation is a little fluctuated with Wilson and Fields, but they got a really good defense with J.J. Watt and Alex Highsmith. Joey Porter Jr. is emerging as one of the best corners in the game. But plus, it's a Mike Tomlin team has never been under 500, so I mean they're always going to be right there. So if one of those two quarterbacks can pan out, I mean they could be good this year too. They could be in the
you never know.
As well.
Time will tell. That's the beauty of sports.
It is. It is the beauty of sports. That's why we love it.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jeffrey Burns. It's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure, man. Thanks so much for having me on.
Happy to have you back on.
Yeah, we got to do this more often, man. Not once every three years. Yeah, but definitely. I'll definitely come back.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll have a consistent show. Still working on a name for our segment. Could be Dougie and Burns, Dougie and Jeff.
Jeff and Dougie.
Dougie Smart Jeff.
Yeah, there we go.
Dougie and Lion Jeff.
Two smart asses.
Yeah. So you wanna give the audience a rate not a rave. Is that the word I'm looking for?
A rating?
Yeah, you like want to be like Trump again and be like and talk about our ratings and rave about it.
Let's see. We were going out of 10 or 4
Whatever
stars,
you want.
or-
You gotta be like Trump.
Ah.
So we got the best podcast in the world.
We do, yeah. Oh, 10 out of 10 then. What are we talking about here?
All right, let's hear this.
My Trump voice? Want me to go like this?
Yeah. And talk about Dougie and Jeff podcast.
The Dougie and Jeff podcast is the most beautiful, amazing podcast in the world. And I gotta tell you, it's an amazing, tremendous listen. You gotta listen to it every day, all day. I mean, these two guys know their stuff. They're smart as hell. And you gotta listen to them. Believe me. Believe in what I'm telling you. It is big. It's very big. And it's gonna get even bigger when you guys listen to it.
Now, Mr. President, you are known as Lion Jeff. Is that true?
I am not a liar. I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I am exactly what people make out for me to be, and that's a truther. That's why I'm on Truth Social all the time. I'm a truther. I read truth. I do all that good stuff. But Jeff and Dougie, best
Smart
in the
Jeff.
business.
Smart Jeff. I can't believe that nickname sticks, though.
It does kind of stick. I do.
Yeah, Madison. Every time she's like, I did a podcast with Smart Jeff. Smart Jeff.
Smart Jeff.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one.
Dougie and the Boys returns later today at 3:30 p.m. See you guys then.
Going for the Super Bowl.
Heck,
That little
hold
hope
on,
going to the Super
hold
Bowl.
on, because that's not what Rogers said. Rogers said, I just care about winning the MVP. I don't care about winning.
No matter, I don't have to worry about my feelings to understand that.
And I was like, oh god, how do I stop this? So I
Look at that water behind me, James.